Unborn children too should contribute to infrastructure, says Fashola. Works and Housing Minister Babatunde Fashola has justified the debt accumulation by President Muhammadu Buhari's regime, saying it is a way for the unborn generation to contribute to the country's infrastructure building. Our infrastructures are no longer enough for us to use. That's why Mr. Fashola told BBC Yoruba the children people say we are accumulating debt for. Should we wait until they are 40 to start building infrastructure, or we should build infrastructure before they are born? Which is the more sensible? They should meet the infrastructure on ground. Citing a project he executed as former Lagos State Governor, Mr. Fashola said, "I asked people that the bridge we built in Lagos yesterday in Lekki, should we wait for the children who use the bridge when going to school now to become adults before building the bridge? It is not better that we use it from where when they are small, they shall also contribute to it." The minister said Nigerians will either choose between government borrowing or increasement in taxes, adding that the American government has a debt burden of $23 trillion and it is still borrowing. Away from Mr. Fashola's assertion, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, whose administration is lauded for clearing Nigerians' foreign debt, condemned the continuous borrowing by the Buhari's regime, saying accumulating debt for future generations is foolish and criminal. If we are borrowing for recurrent expenditure, it is height of folly. If you are borrowing for development that can pay itself, of course, that is understandable. Then paying itself, how long will it take to pay itself? Mr. Obasanjo said days after Mr. Buhari made request to the National Assembly for a fresh $4 billion loan last month. With Nigeria's debt service to revenue ratio at 98%, experts says continuous borrowing is unsuitable. But if you are borrowing and you are accumulating debt for the next generation and the generation after them, it is criminal, to put it mildly, Mr. Obasanjo added. If you ask me, what Obasanjo said is the best of the best. Just imagine, this borrowing issue is really getting out of hand. How can you be incurring debts for the unborn generation? Just imagine. Well, the level of borrowing Nigeria is borrowing. Only God knows when this whole debt is going to be settled. And it's not as if we knows what is going to happen in 2023. The next president who is going to come into power, we don't know how that one is going to run its own system as well. Just imagine Fashola. I can't believe this word is coming out from him, that continuous borrowing is better. I can't believe this. Well, what a callous and senseless statement. The sad and unsayable truth is that 3/4 of the sought after money will always end in politician pockets. What a drainage system. Well, this same Fashola we remembered is also utterances a little more than 6 years ago. Today, he is justifying the abysmal failure of an unprepared, incompetent and sabotaging government, railway lines and refineries to Niger Republic with free, unfettered crossing by Nigerians into and out of Nigeria, 13 kilometers from Mr. President's house. Okay, why not use buckets to be collecting the spam from men's locals as tax? This one hot too. If unborn children must contribute to infrastructure, then all those who must have stolen from the Nigerian wealth and been enjoyed by their families should no longer live long to enjoy the looted wealth. Bam. COVID should be visiting them. Oh, no hiding place for all of them. Okay? Wahala everywhere. What a government leaders with different motive. God have mercy on us. Well, the government removes sense from those Heto has small. Wow, the guy is begging to lose it all. He needs psychiatric evaluation. Just imagine, I can't believe him saying this kind of words. I am not sure if it is the same Fashola, the diligent, hard-working former governor of Lagos that could have said such. It's indeed true that bad company corrupts absolutely. Well, you are right about that because if not that Fashola has said this himself, I can never believe that Fashola will actually say such a senseless word or comment by himself. Just imagine him saying that they are accumulating debt for our unborn children. I can't believe this. I don't think Fashola will talk like this at all. I don't believe this. I suggest that debt accumulation, all politicians and their onboard children should contribute to infrastructure because they incur the debt and they should be the one to pay for it. Rubbish talk on born children to contribute to infrastructural development. Shana talk me that one. So everything he has are gotten by borrowing and his unborn children will have to pay for their cost in future. He wouldn't have made such statements if he had come across the scripture that says a good parent leave inheritance, not debt for his children. Well, indeed, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. These our leaders have missed the road. Well, did you and your court contribute to national infrastructure before you were born, and even you when you were small? Because the last time I checked, most of you people got free education with a lot of comfort, and as it is, that was not enough. You guys still got a befitting jobs as you are stepping out of schools. Now that is your turn to reciprocate the good gesture to the nation by treating masses fairly with fear of God instead. You guys are busy borrowing and embezzling every now and then that even the next generation cannot pay with mostly audio achievements to show for it. Meanwhile, most of them have different assets home and abroad with such stolen fund that even their grandchildren cannot ex- expend it, yet they still keep suffering us without job. And the worst thing is that majority of people doesn't have privilege of 2 square meal in a day in a country where we called our own, that God bless with enough wealth thanks to their mismanagement and cruelty. Gosh, it shall not be well with each and every one of them that borrowed this country to where it is now. Their generation shall know no peace worse than we are experiencing now, and the wrath of God shall visit them thereafter. This one, e dey vex no be small. See as e dey para. Well, for Fashola to say this kind of word, I must say I am disappointed. Obasanjo, I expect less, is the one who is saying the best thing we could ever expect anyone to say. Well, you can go to the comment section and share your take on this article. Thanks for listening.